Hello, we're going to go ahead and get started with our training on Google Forms. A Google form is created whenever you would like your user to input information and for you to receive that information later within a spreadsheet. So we're going to get started right here. I'm going to create a conference form so that I can create parent-teacher conferences. So in this box, I'm going to type the title of this form, which is Conference Sign Up. I can also give a little more description if I would like in this box, but I feel like conference sign up is very specific, so I'm not going to. I'm going to go ahead and get started by creating my first question. The first thing I need to know is the child's name. So in this box, I'll just type child's name. Now, I have several options of what type of question I would like for this to be. I can make this a short answer where people can type into the box. A paragraph, they also type into the box, they just have a little more space. Multiple choice, which is self-explanatory. Check boxes, similar to multiple choice except for the fact that they can choose more than one answer. A drop down is also similar to multiple choice except for the fact that the answers have to be selected through using this small triangle and then the answers will show. You can have a linear scale question, which is when you're trying to get a rating. For example, if you say 1 being the lowest and 5 being the highest. You can do a multiple choice grid, or you can use date and time, which is something I'll be using later. But for right now, because I want them to type in their student name, I'm going to use a short answer. Now, I need space for another question. If I would like to create the same type of question, I can just duplicate my answer. So now I want to know the parent name, and I should probably change this to student name so that parents know that's what I'm looking for. But here I want the parent name. I still want it to be short answer, so I'll leave it this way. Now, I want to create a different type of question. This time, I want to know what time you would like to sign up for your conference. To do that, we will go over to the plus sign and add another question. So this question will be titled Conference, let's just say conference time. So I will go over here and choose a different type of response because now I'm looking for a date or a time. So I'll click on date first, and this will allow you to choose the date. If you click here, it will give your users the options to select a date from a calendar. Now I also want to know what time you would like to come. Let's rename this to the date, so we can add another question, but this time we will call it time. So I'll just duplicate this question, edit it to say time, change the type of question to time, and now the users will be able to pull down from a time, predetermined times, and choose one. A lot of times I want to know what concerns the parent will have, so I typically ask a question along those lines. So I might name it Conference Concerns. This way I kind of know what the parents would like to talk about before they get there and I can prepare. So for this type of question, because they might type multiple responses, I'll go to paragraph. So this is just your basic conference form. Typically, I actually create the conference date and time a little differently so that they can only choose from certain options, and I create an add-on, but that's for a different video. This just is so you can get started with creating a form of some type. In your forms, you could also have added an image over here or a video. You can also add different sections and make it so that certain questions go to different pages based on their response. But again, that's for another video. This is just a quick get started video. Now, any responses that you get from your form will show up here, and you can always click and it will create its own Google spreadsheet, and you'll see the exact time, you will see the date, who sent you anything. All of your responses will show up into a Google spreadsheet. You can also go up here and change the color. I am a pink girl, so I'll go to pink. You can preview to see what it would look like if someone looked at it. This is the actual form, and I can actually type in this form. So I'll do tester. My parent is a tester. My conference date, let's see. I want it to be, well, you can't do a past date then, can we? Let's do a new date. I want it to be at 9 a.m. And this is just a test of what I want to talk about, and I can submit my form. And that's actually a new live form. You can see that it says your response has been recorded, and they have the option to submit another response. Now, if I go back, I can see that I now have a new response because that was a live form that I was typing on. I can click on responses, and I can get all the information that we just typed in here. You can also see it on a spreadsheet, which is what I typically like to do, is to look at his own spreadsheet. So I can see that I did it at this time. Here's the student's name, parent's name, all the information is right here for me. Also, while creating Google questions, I can create different settings. So I can make it to where you can go back and edit your response. I can give you the permission to see a summary of the responses, which you typically probably may not want to do. But you have options here. This is where you can add different add-ons, but again, that's a different type of video. You can make your answers eliminate. You can make it so that people can only see certain things. It can send them an email notification, lots of different options. But again, this is just for the basics so that you know how to create a Google form for yourself. So I hope this helped. Thanks.